we are now recording our 15th lecture of the 15th lecture of the online series of lectures. In the previous lecture, which was lecture number 14, we talked about a method for locating the centroid of a given area, which is not of a regular shape. Centroids of some regular shapes are known to us, and in fact we have a table at the end of the book. This is given in appendix D2, I believe. Let me just confirm. Yes, this is table D3. In table D3 we have the centroids for regular shapes. Now we will be solving some problems to just tell you how the calculation is made. We have briefly talked about in an example given in the book. So now we have this problem 5 by 47. Now in this problem we have this given figure. This is a simple figure. We can very easily divide this into a rectangle and a triangle. We can divide this as given here. This is area number 1, this is area number 2. We can also consider this big rectangle having 60 millimeter by 60 millimeter. This would be a square, 60 millimeter by 60 millimeter, and then we can subtract this rectangle. So there are various options available to us. Whatever is convenient to you, you can do that. However, this is probably going to be a simpler approach. So we divide this into a rectangle and a triangle as shown here. So this is 40, so rectangle is going to be 40 by 60, and the triangle is going to be, this side is 20 and this is 60. Now we find the area for each of the sub areas 1 and 2. A1 is equal to, here we are just using the equation directly, we have not made the table, so I hope that does not that is understood by you people. So the area of first subregion, this is 60 by 40, which is 2400 millimeter square. The dimensions are in millimeters, so this is going to be in millimeter square. And location, again we can select this bottom point as the origin. So this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Location of the centroid of the rectangle is going to be at the middle. So x coordinate is going to be 20 and y coordinate is going to be half of this, which is 30. So x1 bar is 20. The dimensions are again going to be in millimeter, and y coordinate is going to be 30 millimeter. Then for the second area, which is this triangle, base of the triangle is 20, height is 60, so area is going to be half into 20 into 60. So that comes out to be 600 millimeter square. Location of the x coordinate of the centroid, it is going to be 1/3 of this side from the right angle. Right angle is here. So 20 by 3 millimeters from this end, from this vertex of the triangle. So 20 by 3 inches from here. So with respect to the origin, it is going to be 40 plus 20 by 3. So this comes out to be 46.7 millimeters. And similarly, y coordinate is going to be 1/3 of this height from the right angle. So from this right angle, it is going to be 1/3 of this height, 1/3 of 60. So it is going to be 20 millimeters from the bottom. So y coordinate is going to be this 20 millimeters. Now x bar is going to be equal to a1 x1 bar plus a2 x2 bar divided by a1 plus a2, which is the total area. So we can also make the table for this, for these two areas, as we have seen in the example in the previous lecture. So anyway, we can directly calculate also. So summation a x bar, that means a1 x1 bar plus a2 x2 bar. So a1 2400 into x1 bar into 20 plus a2 600 into x2 bar, which is 46.7. So divided by the total area, which is going to be a1 plus a2 2400 plus 600. So this gives us the value of x bar, which is 25.3 inches, and similarly y bar is going to be equal to summation a y bar divided by a. So a1 y1 bar, this summation is going to be a1 y1 bar plus a2 y2 bar. a1 is 2400, y bar is 30, so a1 y1 bar plus a2 is 600, y2 bar is 20, so plus 600 into 20 divided by the total area, which is a1 plus a2, so 2400 plus 600, and this gives us 28 inches, 28 millimeters. So 25.3 millimeters is x bar and 28 millimeters is y bar. So that is going to be the location of the centroid for this shape, which is not a regular shape, but we can divide this into two regular shapes. Now we move on to the next problem. This is 551. We have to determine the x and y coordinates of the centroid of the shaded area. Now this is an L-shaped area, and we have two holes in this at A and B. Location of the center of these holes is given to us. All the dimensions are given to us. So we can always divide this into two rectangles, and then we can subtract the two holes. The two circles can be subtracted. So we divide this into a big rectangle, this one, from the left end up to the right end. So this is say area 1, and this rectangle is area 2, and then we have this circle which is going to be subtracted from these two rectangles that we have taken. So this is area number 3, and this is area number 4, which is again a circle. So we will calculate the areas for each one of these three. We are only finding x bar here. Calculation for y bar is going to be can be similarly made, but one thing that I would like to explain is that the centroid will always lie on an axis of symmetry, on a line of symmetry. So in this case, if you consider a line x is equal to y, which is making an angle of 45 degrees, so it will pass through, start from, say this point is taken as origin, so it will start from here, pass through this point, because this height is 96 and this is also 96, so it will pass through this point, so it will lie on this. So on this line x is going to be equal to y. The figure is symmetric about this line. If we fold the figure about this line, which is making an angle of 45 degrees, it is going to exactly overlap. Location of the two holes is identical. The radius of both the holes is same. So the two figures are going to exactly overlap about a line which is making an angle of 45 degrees. So therefore x bar is going to be equal to y bar, because on this line x is equal to y is going to be the equation of this line. So x bar is going to be equal to y bar. So we just calculate x bar, and if you like, you can calculate the other value y bar also. So we are dividing this into 4 areas, 2 positive and 2 negative. One this big rectangle, then this is the second rectangle, third is this area which is to be subtracted, fourth is this circle which is to be subtracted. So we have 2 positive areas and 2 negative areas. This is, again, there is a difference of units in the question and the solution. Here we have the dimensions in millimeters. So the area of this rectangle, it is going to be, this is 288, 192 plus 96, and this total is 96. So 288 into 96 is going to be the area of this rectangle. Location of the x bar is going to be at the middle of this rectangle. This total is 288, so its x bar is going to be 144. Similarly, for the second rectangle, which is starting from here, so this height is going to be, this height is 96, so this total 288 minus this 96, the height of this second area, this rectangle, the height of this is going to be equal to 192, and this dimension is 96. So area is going to be 96 into 192. That is going to be the area, and area of both the circles is going to be same, which is pi r square. So pi into 30 square and pi into 30 square, and that area will be taken as negative because these two areas are to be excluded from the two rectangles, because the given shaded area does not include these two circles. So now locating the x coordinate of the centroid of all these 4 figures. For this rectangle, it is going to be at the middle of the rectangle, which is going to be 144 inches. So this is going to be 144 millimeters. So this is going to be 144 millimeters. For the second rectangle, it is going to be this height 96 plus half of this height, starting from here. So this total height of this area number 2, this is 96 plus 96, 192. So centroid is going to be this 96, this one, plus half of this is 192. So half of 192 is 96. So 96 plus 96, that is 192. So that is going to be the that is going to be that is going to be y bar. We are looking at x bar. So x bar is just this, which is 48. X bar is just this, which is 48. For the second rectangle, we are looking at x bar. So x bar is just this 48. Then location of x bar for this circle, this centroid of a circle is going to be at the center of the circle. So center of the circle is located at a distance of 192 millimeters from the origin. So the location of centroid for area number 3, it is going to be, you can just multiply all these with 24. So 144, 48, and this is going to be 192, this 192. And the location of the centroid of this circle is going to be at the center of the circle, which is 48 millimeters from the origin. So this is going to be 48 millimeters. Now we can take the product a into x bar, and this gives us these figures, and this is, we can add all these four. These two are negative, these two are positive, so the net result is this. And then we can find x bar, which is going to be equal to this summation a x bar divided by summation a. So the answer in millimeters, let me see if I have the answer in millimeters. If it is given in the question, yes, it is given here. It is 103.6 millimeters. 103.6 millimeters. So that is the location of the centroid, and x bar is going to be equal to y bar. You can make the calculation for, you can write two more columns here, y bar and y bar a, and then summation a y bar divided by summation a. That is going to give you the value of y bar. That value will come out to be same. So this was problem 551. So let's stop here. Our previous lecture was a little lengthier, so we will stop here for the second lecture on this topic. So we will solve one more problem on this before we talk about the second moment of area. Centroid is the first moment of area. We are multiplying dA with x. So for the second moment of area, we will be multiplying area dA, or whatever is the, if we are talking of a regular shape, a is to be multiplied with the a1, a2, a3, a4. Those are to be multiplied with x square for the second moment of area. So that we will talk about in the next lecture, after solving one more problem on this topic. Thank you.